couple of years ago, I ran across an old Ouija board dated 1919. I remember how fascinated I was with an experience when I was about 10 with one, so I thought that this board game would be fun to fool around with again. My son, when he was very young, told me about looking out his bedroom window and seeing 3 glowing figures coming from the field toward his window one night. He also stated that they even entered his room and stood at the foot of his bed. He covered his head with the blankets, thinking that they would go away, and when he uncovered his head, they would still be there. Then they vanished. I attributed this to a bad dream at the time. There is this old, beautiful house in my property, built in 1926. The builder also signed and dated his name in the rafters in the attic. Cool, I thought, that he took so much pride in his work, like an artist, to do such a thing. Anyway, we were in this old house, working the Ouija thing and so forth. My son asked me to see if what he saw was real or not. We got an answer and a lot more. The 2 people who were at the board knew nothing about this. In fact, they did not know the name of the road we live on or anything else much about the neck of the woods. I asked if there were any ghosts who wanted to speak, not at all taking any of this seriously. Yes, replied the board. Who are you? I asked. Anna Mills was the reply. As our guests worked a Ouija board, why are you here? I asked, and the Platchitid began to move quickly. I died here on the Munger Shaw Road. Our guests didn't even know the name of this road. How? I inquired. Truck, the board answered. How? I asked. Run over, Anna replied. When? 1936. At this point, I was having fun with this game. I did not take this at all seriously. After all, this thing is just a game. So if this is all true, where's your body so that I can bring you some flowers? I jokingly asked. Her answer sent chills down my spine. You are there, she answered. What do you mean? Scattered. Misspelled by an 8-year-old, she said. My ashes are scattered where your trailer house is, she added. She gave us a lot of information that night. She is with 2 uncles who are elusive, but protecting her. She was visiting them here when her death occurred. Things have happened after that as well than before. When I first bought the trailer house where it is now abandoned, for I am now living in the old house, my ex-wife and I heard the distinctive voice of a child crying. That I can say without a doubt. My ex also told me that she saw a small girl one night fleeing out the door one late night, blew her off. And so did I one night when I woke up to use the bathroom, through the corner of the eye, which I attributed this to being half asleep. We did the Ouija again with 2 other people. Again, the same conversation with this Anna Mills. I cannot find any records of her existence of her anywhere though. Then again, out here in the sticks, especially back in the 30s, records may have not been so critical. Heck, I know a guy that had 2 people buried in his front yard from back then. That's in the days when they did things like that. I did ask her who her uncles were, and she remained elusive on that info. Okay, I know this all sounds really weird, and I did not believe a thing about this until about a year ago. I went for a walk, as I have quite often. I walked across the field on a winter moonlit night. On my way back, I distinctly saw 2 people sneaking around the trailer. Thinking that someone was trying to break in, I approached one of them. I yelled out to them, what did they want, ready to confront the intruders. I swear that I was within 15 feet of the guy wearing a plaid shirt and bib overalls when he took an abrupt right turn and went right through the wall of the trailer house, right below my son's old bedroom. I could see each and every detail of his face and the texture of his clothes. He looked just like a real person that would appear under a full lit moon. I stopped dead in my tracks, but somehow I was not frightened out of my wits as one would suspect. Rather, a comforting feeling came over me. By the way, when I first called out to them, the other ran into the woods. All of this I merely attributed to suggestive thinking I saw things that I imagined and so forth. Perhaps it was a restless walk, late night and so forth. About a month ago, I was visiting my sister and her family at their house miles away. Her daughter also had an old message board that her father found years ago in an attic of an old school that he once worked at. The planchet was missing. So for fun, I went to work in his wood shop and made a really nice wood one for them. With her and her boyfriend at the board, I asked, "Anna, are you here?" "Hi, Rick," the board replied. This really freaked them out. "Tell us the story that you told me the last time we spoke," I asked. Again, the same info that came up a year before. I did not reveal any of the prior things that Anna said to anyone there, but there it was, again the same. She said that I did see her once, and that she and her uncles did visit my son. I did not ask any of this once the planchet began to move. She went on and on and on. I asked her if she liked what I did with the old house. It still looks as it did in the 30s, except for the addition of electricity and plumbing, and she said that she feels at home. I asked her if she enters the house, and she said, "No, bad memories." Again, misspelled by an 8-year-old girl. Lately, at night, through the corner of an eye, my son as well as I have seen someone fleeting past the kitchen window. Even our dog sends an alert that somebody is here, when in fact there isn't. The last time I used the board, being a skeptic, I always have someone else use it. She said that she wanted to meet me along the edge of the field at 1 o'clock in the morning. "Promise?" I asked. "I promise," she answered. I never bothered. I'm not sure if I believe in such things, but it is fun to think about. Perhaps it is true. Update. Anna is now haunting the people living in their trailer house now, even though I have never shared this story with them. Denise and her friends have seen her as well. She is still alone and longing for whatever she is looking for. They are not afraid, for they find her sweet and comforting, just like the child she was in life. They have actually adopted her, and she at times visits my old house. Crying woman. This happened about 11 years ago, when I was around 7 years old. Since I was born, my family moved a lot of times from house to house. My sister and I have seen and heard many strange things during those times when we were constantly on the move. This is one of them. My family and I were living in an old 2-story house that was in a state of disrepair, with the edges of the roof falling off. The house had a creepy attic and basement that my sister and I never dared to enter any one of them. One time at night, my parents were sleeping in their own bedroom, and I was in my own room, wide awake, trying to sleep. I was very thirsty, and my mouth was dry, which always had bothered me. I didn't want to wake up my parents because they had to get up early in the morning to go to work. Then I decided to go by myself to the kitchen and get a glass of milk. The kitchen was just down the hallway, just a few feet away from my room. When I got there, the first thing I did was turn the lights on. Then I tried to turn on a small TV we had in the kitchen, but it was unplugged, and the TV was too high for me to reach the cable to plug it in. Then I started to drink my milk. When I just finished my glass of milk, I heard the terrifying sound of a woman give a low moan, like as if it was crying. It sounded like it was coming from the hallway a few feet away from the kitchen. My whole body got numb of fear, but I didn't care how scared I was and ran to my parents' room and told them that I heard someone crying, but they told me it was probably my sister trying to scare me, even though what I heard was clearly a grown woman. Then they decided to let me sleep with them. A few weeks after that incident, I was alone in the entire house. It was at night, and when I went to the bathroom to take a shower, I heard it again, and like last time, it sounded very close to me, like as if it was in the bathroom with me. I jolted out of there and went to my room and covered myself in my blanket, terrified, and stood like that until my parents came home a few minutes later. After that second time, I never heard it again. Luckily, we moved a few months later. About a year ago, I started to remember this incident and told my parents what I heard. My mother didn't know what to make of it, but my father told me that in that same house, something similar happened to him. He said that when he got up very late at night to go to the bathroom, he saw a woman sitting on the stairs, which was right in front of the bathroom, and the woman was sobbing. She was holding her face crying. My dad thought it was my mom and started to tell her, "What's wrong?" But the woman gave no response. Then my father told her, "Fine, have it your way." Then, when he got out of the bathroom, the woman was gone. When he got to his room, he saw my mother sleeping. The next morning, he asked her why she was crying on the stairs. My mother was confused and told him she was sleeping the whole time. Until this day, sometimes I wonder who or what was the woman. If any of you have any ideas, feel free to comment.